And can he beat him there to the chase? Down from the heavens. Actually, he's going to be looking for the counter play there, but Omen is already walking wide past over the heavens here. The B fight is actually decided. No, I think they're going to swing it back over to A. What's the call here?
Very a little bit of confusion coming in of oh my goodness.
Like Gideon likes to say, mid-control is really kind of where it's all about, especially during the rifle rounds, just because the towers or each respective heaven is so important to actually controlling the site. So like I said, expect to see a lot of control there. AG, we'll see, because these sites are famously hard to take, right, if you do not have heaven control. But that goes both ways. Yes, for the attackers, but also for the defenders if they need to retake. RRQ, they set themselves up pretty chaotically, so I think that's something we can be on the lookout for maybe AG to try and take advantage of here. But overall, they need to play a nice, clean, and decisive half here on the defensive end to really set themselves up for victory. As we are now paused here, maybe waiting for a player.
All right, so looking from this perspective of RRQ's Frost Misty, a rather interesting mix-up here coming along the lines. I think it's going to be relatively even across the board in terms of the agent pickups, except for RRQ picking up the Sage. They seem to really like picking up the Sage. So looking at how split is with the B and A towers, right? Are there going to be any specific spot that Sage is going to want to attack or defend with the walls that she's being able to put up?
Yep, that's definitely going to be middle. As well, this first round, of course, is doesn't really count, as they are going to be stacking up to attack. It looks like the A site for now. At least go probing there. Lots of smokes now being deployed. It's already popping off, and Sushi Boys getting first blood here of the matchup onto NextJacks.
NextJacks now first victim for the side of Armory Gaming. We do see that even though Sushi was able to get quite a bit off from RRQ, he did pay a little bit of the price in terms of the HP. About 50% of his HP is down, so he doesn't want to take some of these prolonged exchanges here. We do see that A side, looking at A, there is going to be quite a bit of a stack coming from members of RRQ. There might be a return. This is going to be a very interesting turn of events here. What do you think is on the minds of RRQ?
If someone's invents or not, as there they go now, turning the corner. King Leo with the flash, barely getting the job done. Now Talent 7 actually securing the kill there. Now they have control of heaven, but the retake already from RRQ. They need to get that man and back a Sighthound.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I feel, very nicely done there from Deku, being able to take down Frost Misty. There goes some cover to go down. Some good shots there, but no, it's going to be a double peek onto him as Deku will go down for the count. Very interesting indeed here, putting up the wall, and this is a very good strategy coming in from the side of RRQ. But Serpine coming in with the double, and boom, Shakalaka will be the savior for the side of Armory Gaming, getting the first win for this best of 2.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm not really sure. I think it was the Omen there that was with the Sage for AG was really doing, because the whole point of setting up there is not to really back yourself into the corner. It's not going to pistol around, not going to be too ideal. I think maybe he would have been best off trying to back off, maybe trying to hold over by screens, but he just ends up holding the exact same angle and basically is just lines up there for the pistol. With a Ghost as well, he's going to have that advantage, so he's able to clutch the round, but everyone actually buying on this round hound.
Wow,
that's just the aggression out from RRQ. Expect to see them in mid.
Very interesting coming in from RRQ. RRQ doubling down on this round. I don't think they want to be I think it is a cause of concern here for RRQ. A little bit of doubling down may double up the profits that you may get, or may double your losses. So it is a very high risk, high reward, considering the RRQ doesn't have a full stack of armor on all of their agents. It's going to be pretty tough to actually get on to a head-on fight with AG.
They're against anti-eco, so you're exactly right there with the armor. We did see a lot of utility used there for not much information. It was scouted as well on the side side of RRQ, so we'll see. They now begin to lurk into that middle lane. No one exactly watching, but we do have one on B rafters, as well as one watching heaven, as the smoke all the way across the map now from our Omen. This might just kick off pretty soon here, Hound.
Right, pink grenades, the cluster grenades going off, a little bit of flashes coming into his NextJacks. NextJacks now going to go down onto the ropes. Tay now tries to go in. Supreme will be able to get one. A little Kev gets down one as well, gets down two. Tay will be able to take down Fire, and King Leo will be able to get down. And beautiful stuff being shown from the side of AG, being able to get off and destroy members of RRQ very, very convincingly. Now, when we're in a situation like this, where RRQ has bought quite a bit and now approaching towards the third round, what do you feel is the best course of action here for RRQ to basically mitigate the amount of losses that they were making?
Honestly, I don't completely disagree with the move. If this was any map but Split, I would be really questioning that. Because it is Split, you're already kind of expected to lose on the offense. So I really like at least trying to throw them off and go for a bit of aggressive play. AG, I think they did their homework, though, because they were positioned very, very defensively, especially for an anti-eco sort of lineup that you'd be expecting at this point. The positioning as well from that breach. Oh, the boom bot is going to be dodged out, but not before doing half HP here to NextJacks. So, yeah, I think AG, they've just done their homework and have scouted that out. I was on the scouting report there. They knew that RRQ like to be aggressive, and they go again mid lane perhaps. Tay is going to be lurking on through versus 2, and now we're going to see the double peek, but nice actually cover from RRQ, from AG, make that from behind.
Well, AG there definitely has quite a bit of a plan here, making sure that there is a double the eyes, making sure that there is a place to fall back on. Tay right now going to go for the cluster grenades, not going to be able to hit anybody, as Tay is going to be falling back a little bit to his ropes. Got to be very careful indeed, as Heaven right now is going to have quite a bit number of players instead of RRQ going to go into it, but we do see a little Cap right now being able to take down 2, as well as AG Scream will be able to take down 1 as well. King Leo gets 1 for himself, as Sushi Boys will be able to tie it out, but it seems that it's going to be RRQ that doesn't have the advantage, and it is over for the side of RRQ. 4 rounds already, excuse me, 3 rounds already, with the 4th round coming on, and we do see that Armory Gaming has 3 compared to RRQ's 0.
This is really good. AG, they must have been watching RRQ versus Boom Esports, and well played to that, obviously, very well researched. They're taking these very, very, very defensive stances. They're falling back very early, conceding a lot of ground, just not giving them the bodies here. That allows, that forces actually RRQ to take into Heaven without actually having it be secure. They then commit fully to the site, where they're getting picked off constantly as they set up the crossfires, the lurker as well, rotating all the way back over from edge. It's just making this impossible for them. RRQ, I think they're going to have to switch up their strategies here. We'll see how it goes for them on their first full buy round.
Alright, as we're going to be seeing here, coming in from the side of RRQ, excuse me, coming in from the side of Armory Gaming, we do see quite a few number of utility being spent here to slow down the push, as per usual. Very default setups here in terms of the utility. We do see NextJacks right now, again, trying to peek out towards Heaven here. It's got to be very careful indeed, as we do see quite a little bit of mid control being exercised from members of RRQ. We do see a bit of a split here, with 2 members going towards A.
Yeah, the jet dash. I'm not sure what that dash was about. Maybe just, I guess, wanted to reposition at the end of the day, but RRQ, they're going to have that intel now, as they now will seize ramp control. The Roomba sent to go and vacuum down in vents, where no one is standing currently. They're holding off B Heaven as well. They still have mid control, and they're sending the spike, it looks like, towards A. I think they're going to have to commit for this one.
Alright, as we're going to be looking here from
30 seconds
members of RRQ, King Leo is going to be our chosen perspective. We're going to be seeing whether or not he's going to be pushing it very aggressively. There
nice
goes.
flash.
Oh, very nice flash indeed. That Tay and Sushi Boy is going to go and fall victim towards King Leo, as we do see Deku with a good tap here, but it's going to be Frost Missy that takes him down for the count. 10 more seconds left for the set of RRQ to put it down, and we do see it. He's going to spike it down to the ground, as we do see Armory Gaming right now, for the first time in 4 rounds, with a deficit.
And a great stage wall there. You can see they've got no choice but to actually try and go through defender spawn. Now, they probably know that they're very well set up. That's one heck of a dangerous crossfire, but nice job there, forcing him out with the breach utility. Now, AG, Supreme pushing on in. He's going to fight the 1v1 down to a 2v1 now, but it's still going to be Frost Misty able to pick him off with the Phantom and finally claim the first round for RRQ. Very, very nicely done there.
Very nicely done indeed for RRQ being able to get that one around. King Leo definitely trailing ahead with the same amount of frags as Supreme, but we do see that Little Cap as well is going to be trailing behind him with 5 as well. Relatively interesting setups here coming in from AG. We do see that they are going to be getting the operator onto Sushi Boys as expected here. We do see that that's going to be a consistent thing across the board for AG. They were able to actually work out quite a few number of advantages for themselves when Sushi Boy gets hold of his operator.
Yeah, we'll see. RRQ, I like to think of them as kind of the anti-operator specialists here. They did so well against, oh my goodness, well that's not a good start at the very least. Casters curse them immediately as Sushi Boys gets the first pick now onto Fire, and that should dissuade them from pushing any further into A.
Deku now moving up, trying to be very, very ginger with how he's going to be going on out from A side. We do see quite a bit of activity here onto the mid side. Might be a rotation onto RRQ side, but no, Sushi Boy will be able to take down NextJacks despite the fact that King Leo will be able to take the Deku. It's going to be a 4-4-3 in favor of AG.
Yeah, but Sushi Boy is set to get another one there. As he doesn't miss, that's going to be his 3rd shot of the round. King Leo thinking the site was a bit too safe as he was looking to rotate on over into screens, perhaps catch his operator off guard. Now Sage forced to dismantle the Roomba down there, but will have to escape via the ropes into ramp. Actually goes for the revive now onto the Omen, who's going to immediately be picked off there with the Spectre from Teo, who I believe has had this now for at least 2 rounds.
Well, that's very unfortunate here coming in from RRQ. She does have the spike, so this could be an opportunity for her to go for the plant, at least get a little bit of a saving grace here. A very interesting wall choice.
A good wall, but if Supreme can sneak up, oh, he's actually running, so the Sage is going to hear that out, but that gives time now for more to rotate over and to give Sushi Boys the 4th kill of the round onto the Sage. And that's a bit of a misplay there by RRQ, using the ultimate there to revive the Omen without really much else. It was kind of, I mean, what was that, a 2v3, 2v4 at that point in the match? How I mean, very, very confident. It's not like you used him for bait either. I think you use him for bait, you kill the Rays, maybe, you know, from there you might be able to convert that into something, but your teammate might be very angry at you. But yeah, you might be able to turn that into something, but instead it's going to be the 4th round now for AG, and an eco round coming through from RRQ.
Well, very interesting indeed. Choices are being made, some hard choices being made for the side of RRQ. We do see AG right now, Tay going to be holding onto the mid side, goes to his rope. We do see a very standard start of the utilities being spent onto the mid vents here, and I do believe that it's just going to get a little bit of a mid free up mid a little bit for members of RRQ, considering that it's only going to be pistols here for the most part. They want to be taking some of these fights on their terms rather than the side of AG, but AG right now being very sneaky indeed. A little cap that just goes across, gets spot off, but oh my goodness, the NextJacks comes in and drops the spike. Not a good spot for him to drop it.
Yeah, surprised that they went so forward aggressively there on the spike carries. It looks like they're actually going to be backing off of it, expecting some rotations, and now they're going to be going in. Showstopper will pick off now the Sage. RRQ, they're down by 2 already.
Well, nice showstopper there. Tay right there going for it, getting 3, getting 4, but will not be able to get the 5th, as King Leo will be able to get it off. And Sushi Boys will take down King Leo for the final kill of this round as we head into round number 7.
Yeah, like I said, it's just not coming together for RRQ. Of course, that was an eco round, so let's not be too harsh on them, considering that, well, they didn't even buy that much. But again, AG just outplaying them. You saw, who was it? It was a Little Kept. He has been doing amazing here, playing actually on those B Raptors. He's dropping back, very willing to concede ground, especially against pistols. You don't want to give a rifle to your enemies for free, perhaps let them back into that round. And it's really, really been paying off here for AG. 5th round here for them now in the half. RRQ, they're going to need to turn it around now, and they're going to try again through mid.
Now, what's interesting to note is the fact that the insistence for members of RRQ to be still pushing into B tower is going to be very interesting indeed here, because when we look at how they're still able to basically... I mean, there has to be a level of stubbornness, I would think, for them to be able to basically still push on towards the mid side here. What do you think that RRQ needs to change if they want to get a little semblance of success here heading into round 7?
So the thing is, I'm going to push back a little bit. They have to at least clear be heaven, right? The problem is it's just way too close, and if you hear anyone in vents, they're pretty much an easy kill. As Sushi Boys are going to be easy kills. There's another one there onto be heaven if they will not be dropping back. Not even actually. They're going forward yet again. This hasn't worked for them so far. Hound, it's not going to work this time either. 6th round now for AG, but they have to try and take B heaven, otherwise you're going to get lurked on immediately. But AG just they're oh, you want to come a little closer, take one more step, and then they just hit him with the hammer, man. It's the same thing every round. I agree, something now has got to change, but we'll see as they're going to be flying rifles and armor yet again. Taking a look at the shop.
Yeah, some stuff to consider buying once the merchandise comes out. Valorant merchandise, please.
Yeah. When's it coming?
Yeah,
Let's
when's
see.
it coming, Riot? Come on, guys. You guys can do it. Well, anyway, a little bit of shop pans right here before we get into the game. As we load in the fault line there coming in from the Raze for AG. I'm not going to be hitting anybody, but we do see a change of tactics here as 4 members are going to be stacked onto the A side.
Yeah, AG are going to read this though. They're going to rotate a 3rd one now over with the Raze pushing a bit aggressively. They will actually be able to get an opening pick there. And for some reason, AG, they think, okay, time to go back over to B. As maybe they think the push is coming there. They've got the Cypher camera, but RRQ still playing very patiently. And what is this? Sushi Boys, he's just got his spider senses tingling. He's holding this angle, hasn't even looked anywhere. Is he AFK? Someone should check on him.
No, there's some slight movements here. And we do see that there are some 3 sidelines there heading towards the rafters. Heading towards
Nice
good
smoke.
one coming in from members of RRQ to deny. But we do see that from Tower trying to get some of those shots off. But we do turn around towards Tay. Tay getting some shots off onto Fire. Takes him down for the count. We have 3 members left for RRQ, whereas AG still has a healthy pool of 5. Deku will be able to take down the last two members of RRQ and takes down the final one. Is going to be a little kept onto King Leo, as we do see the defuse is going to come through. Goes for the half charge and tries to look for some weapons for him to bring back to the next round.
He's giving the point away. It was actually an eco round, so he's going to pick up a ghost. That's the best he'll find. Maybe looking for a sheriff. But Tay going to get 1 point closer there to the showstopper. Another flawless coming through. RRQ, I guess they're saving for a really big buy here, as of course that loss bonus would have been maxed out for them.
Well, NextJacks now holding on to an operator, as we do see some full buys coming in from members of RRQ. We do see that members of AG as well still maintaining quite a high number of credits here. Even if they were to drop off at least 2 rounds, they'll still be able to salvage themselves. However, they have to be very wary not to be too reckless and give out too many rounds.
Yeah, they can each afford an operator right now at this point, which is a pretty healthy economy for yourself, to say the least. Sushi Boys, he's looking for an early pick here. They haven't really contested in much here early on, and well, there's no really reason to now after he's going to win the opening duel. Yet again, he is on fire this round, Hound.
Ooh, very nicely done there, coming in from King Leo onto Serpeme, being able to take him down with a good spray. But it is going to register to the body instead of the head. It would have been very, very interesting to see how members of RRQ are going to work this position for himself. Talent right now with... almost gets it. Plays a very dangerous game of peekaboo from King Leo. We do see Tay on to the mid vents here just before ropes, and this is going to be rather interesting as she's able to avoid 3 members for RRQ, as they're going to be moving towards the mailroom side of things and try to move out.
I heard the Blade Fury come through as well. They will be in heaven. Scouted 1 by 2. The op shots missing, ringing out all over. King Leo has lurked on through. Can he get the operator? No. Can he get one more? Absolutely not. King Leo will go down. They really needed that entry. Fragment Frost from behind is going to be traded away, and again, it just doesn't come together.
Very nicely done for Deku and Tay to close out this round. 9 rounds in the bag already, as we're going to go into round number 10. Let's take a look at that replay and see how that was going to go. A little kept right there. Tries his best, goes for the flash. That was a thing of beauty before King Pro goes for it and goes for some crazy good shots, but will not be able to get it. King Leo, excuse me, as we do see Deku will be the one doing quite a bit of work and finished up by Tay.
Yeah. It's just we really need an opening pick here in favor of AG. It's just they need to try and approach one of these sites with a 1-man advantage. It's never been working out from them. The lurker is always coming through and completely nullifying even an attempt at a save. So they're just absolutely getting dominated as we're back to another eco.
All right, another eco coming in from RRQ. Doesn't look like sunny skies for them. Whereas the thunderstorm that is Armory Gaming is going to be very much completed, very much complete in terms of loadout. You do see a little cap right there trying to bait out the peak again from the side of RRQ. We don't see any members of AG right now actually going to try to be aggressive about it.
Oh wow, Sushi boys. Oh no, it's just going, it's all going wrong here for them.
What was that? I mean, he was flashed, and if it wasn't for the flash, it would have been a dead city for that member of RRQ that pushed out so aggressively. As we do see, Spike Carrier has been taken out of the count, as RRQ's King Leo is going to be the last surviving member here. A 2v1 fight with AG having the benefit of manpower.
Man, AG, they're sending their lurker forward so early into the round, which is such a sign of confidence here. I mean, they're getting collapsed upon perfectly. It's so difficult here for them. They can't quite predict where this jet is always coming from, but they know that they're just lurking mid, that they're just waiting constantly, and AG, they just are set up perfectly for it every single time here. I think we need a little bit of speed, some speed, momentum, a little bit of something to get into the site, an early pick, because AG are absolutely dominated now into the 11th round. 9-1, an 8-round lead here is going to be a mighty one to overcome, even on a map like Split.
Yeah, very nicely done there, as we do see the replay. As we're going to be closing out, Sushi Boys, very impressive in terms of his KDA, tied up with Deku as well as Tay, and a little capped 10 across the board for all three of them. So very good stuff here.
3 credits for a coffee. Did you see that? Not bad.
Yeah, that's pretty good stuff.
I'll take a coffee, please.
I will take a good one as well. Oh, we do see quite a bit of sneakiness there being practiced from the side of RRQ. RRQ already listening to our words apparently and go for the rush into A, as this is going to be interesting, as Fire right now going to be behind the screen. I do believe that they might actually go for the Sage Wall on to that side, as I already predicted. Yes, it's going to go up. And what do you think about that wall there?
That's a good one. It helps a lot. Either they're going to have to really heavily commit, and we're on the risk of getting swung wide here by Frostmas Yellow. As I say that, we do see that jet operator along the left-hand side. Unfortunately, Frostmas going to be just out of his scoped in range. Supreme now is going to be willing to now rotate in. Go for the Cyber Cage, but a bit too late, as that's going to be the 3K. Little kept though, nice job there, keeping it cool, finishing off the Sage. Can they get a little bit more? It's a good flash, and it's not good enough to stop blind King Leo. Finally, RRQ, they find their second round, just before they swap.
Yeah, nicely done here. Last round before the swap, as we're going to be seeing much needed credits coming for members of RRQ. Will be making a bit of a fighting chance here before they head into the next round, before they head into the swap round, and that's going to be very interesting. This could be a bit of a swing here for the side of RRQ if they decide to get it. But looking at AG right now, 9 rounds ahead, 9 rounds in their pocket compared to RRQ's 2, a 7-round disadvantage towards RRQ. They do have to do some heavy lifting talent right there. Good start, being able to get the pickup onto Sushi Boys. We do see a little bit of utility there to stop the push that's coming in from members of RRQ. Very good stuff. A little bit of healing there to add a little bit of sustainability for members of RRQ. Get them all back to full health, as AG right now 1 man down, and see that deficit definitely will be felt.
Yep, but Deku's going to die actually. He does not get the trade-off just before. Supreme is at least able to now get the kill on the King Leo. The site has now been taken. And another operator kill before they're able to peek now and get control of A Heaven. This still could be going either way here, Hound.
Alright, so as we're going to be seeing how this progresses here, coming from AG as well as RRQ, both of them now looking towards now that's a good time to get the resurrection onto RRQ, one to one the RRQ members here. 3-4-1, as we do see here, beautiful stuff being done from the side of RRQ. 1 more win in the pocket before the swap.
Yep, 9-3, 3 rounds, not ideal here, to be honest. You're really at least looking for 4, and I'll tell you why, right? Eco round, pistol round, about 50-50, a little bit more 40-60 here on a map like Split, but just about 50-50 as you can get, right? So that one you can put up to a coin toss, assuming the teams are evenly matched. That's going to probably net you the second round, so that'll already be putting AG 2 rounds within victory right? So that's a bit of a dangerous spot because that can always mean, oh, well, one eco and that's all we really give. You're always looking to give yourself at least a second fighting chance here, which is why a map like Bind on the defense can be really fun to watch. Now, of course, they will be a lot stronger here. It's important to note that Sage Wall mid lane can really nullify a lot of the pushes coming through. With a Jet, though, wouldn't be too surprised to see some very aggressive plays as well out from AG. Looking forward to this half.
Well, very nicely done there from NextJacks. We'll be able to get quite a bit of damage here. We'll whiff those first 3 shots. There goes the flash. Tries to go for it. NextJacks will be able to take out Tay. Gets the healing done. And that's a good stuff here. Almost gets back to full health. Gets flashed himself as fire. Will be able to take out Sushi Boy's Deku. Returns fire onto fire. Gets that headshot through the wall. Very nicely done as Frost Misty, excuse me, hanging out on top of rafters for the side of A. We do see that AG right now going up against RRQ, 3-man down, 3-man left for AG, as RRQ has 4 slight advantage with RRQ. However, it can turn in a split second.
Yeah, they're going to scout 2 ramp, now maybe even a 3rd after they hear the man run up and over. You got 1 on ropes, just jiggle peeking it. Deku going to run on in. They're going to know who's going for it now. The Sage from the high ground is going to be nuked down, and they're going to be looking to rotate on through towards B. I like the call, but already they're scrambling. The Omen, can they beat him there to the chase? Dropping down from heavens. Actually, he's going to be looking for the counterplay there, but Omen has already swung wide past. So into heaven here. This B fight is going to actually decide, but no, I think they're going to swing it back over to A. What's the call here?
Very interesting here. A little bit of confusion coming in from members of RRQ, from members of AG. Oh my goodness. NextJacks gets onto Serpim as well as Deku. Not a very good choice, and it seems that AG is not infallible as we used to think here, as they were able to just turn it around. This was where I think things went a little bit bad for the side of AG. They decided to just re-rotate from here to there, wasting quite a bit of time, and this was the difference.
Yeah,
and
basically just lined him up 1 and then 2, didn't even have to adjust the reticle there. I mean, I can see the play in my mind. They must have known. Well, the Omen for sure was making just a beeline directly to the site. They didn't quite catch him there on the lurk, so they said, well, he's probably already set up. I don't want to take my chances. And instead, I guess they opt to hope that maybe then the Raze was out of position. Unfortunately, perfectly placed to shut down that push in the first round here for RRQ. Immediately going into the anti-eco with some heavy armor and specters alike.
Very nicely done here from King Leo, trying to get his best abilities. Trying to basically stave off whatever push that is coming from the side of AG. As we do see here, members of AG are going to be relatively conservative in their approach here. There's going to be the wall onto the mid side, and I believe that's going to be very irritating indeed for all of them. As we do see onto stairs here, very good. There goes 1, Talon showing his talent indeed. Wow. There goes 2. Would there be another one? The anti-eco round is definitely working for the side of RRQ. However, it seems that RRQ will be able to get it off and will be able to close out the round of 14 in this match up, going to them as we head into round 15. And AG right now feeling a little bit of pressure here, as we do see the difference between AG and RRQ getting smaller and smaller.
Yeah, and that's just split for you, right? The same thing that we saw AG doing to RRQ. RRQ go, okay, we can play that game too, except we can play it better because we have a Sage. So it's going to be extremely frustrating to now try and push through against this. Despite the Sage nerfs, I think Split still very much so a map Sage can excel in with that pretty aggressive wall placement, because you're going to get a lot of information as to how many people are shooting that wall anyway. So it's not going to be any easier here for AG, rather. But the full buy at least is going to give him a full advantage here. Oh, what? That was the first shot. Can we, again, we need to check the Vanguard on this guy's account, I think, Hound.
Misty. That was just fire there coming in from the side of RRQ to be able to take down that shot over towards AG. But we do see Deku right now getting those shots off onto NextJacks, and it is going to be very even indeed. A 3-4-3 with the agency to push onto the side of AG.
And what's going to decide it here is how far this Omen decides to lurk. He's going to decide he doesn't want to go any further than ramp without any information. They haven't heard any footsteps, no movement. It definitely could be through vent, so he's playing it very defensively here, but it's going to be through A main now, as they will now cross the connector, continue on lurking straight into the site here. So Frost Misty, he could really make or break this round, as the rest of RRQ still holding in B heaven, now slowly starting to lurk over back, committing for this A site though, but they've allowed AG just to literally walk on in and do whatever they want.
Well, I like what's happening here from AG. They will be able to get that plant down onto A site, and it is going to be a very interesting turn of events here, as we do see members of RRQ right now poised to retake the spot.
Well, that's
Sushi Boys. Oh, King Leo right in his face. Sushi Boys will be taken down here. We do see a little cap right now, going to be holding on to his spot. Oh, blinds himself and his enemy team. The enemy team very good indeed here, as Deku will be able to take down one onto King Leo, as a little cap takes down Talon to close out the round. 10 rounds in the favor of AG. We've got at least 5 rounds for the side of RRQ to even this out. They need to keep this flawless for the next 5 turns before they are able, before they're able to basically tie it out. Members of Armory Gaming now definitely has the tempo and definitely has the lead by a big margin.
Okay, so here's the eco game that I was talking about, right? You can see we don't quite yet have enough money. It's that first loss bonus that only really gives you, I think, like 11 or 1200, not nearly enough for a full buy here. So it's an eco round out from RRQ. AG, we'll see if they can scout this. They're going to be a little bit careful here to start off with, but as soon as they realize they're on an eco, expect some very aggressive moves. But that is the very, very small chance that RRQ can actually turn this around just before they realize it's going to be full eco. So no one peeking, everyone playing very, very defensively here on the side of RRQ, hoping for a pick. Let's see how it works for them.
All right, so we're going to be seeing how Tay already being blinded here. They're going to be pushing out quite aggressively onto A main.
Now they know.
Oh, wait. We do see Deku right now trying to push on. We do see the full stack here coming in. This is where it's going to get really interesting. Fire right now going for the flashes. Will not be able to hit anyone here. A little bit of bad timing. Goes off to cancel the teleport coming in from the side of Armory Gaming. Very good stuff being shown from the side of RRQ. Will they be able to stop the push here? I think a pink grenade would be very good in this situation. Doesn't have any. There goes a little cap onto 2. And we do see Deku onto 1. There it is. A boom shakalaka for the side of Armory Gaming. 2 more rounds away from winning this for Armory Gaming.
2 small victories there. You did do a little bit of eco damage now. You can actually see Terry's going to need a drop, so that's going to help you keep this in the game. You can full buy now on this round, and you actually prevented them from getting the plant bonus. So very, very small victories here for RRQ. Again, these things very could well make the difference here in this next round. Should RRQ take this, and on a map like Split, that's still a very real possibility here, as they're going to be going in fully kitted here, I think with all Phantoms.
Okay, so let's take a look at how Armory Gaming is going to do this. Oh, the fault line is going to hit onto Talent. Not a very good spot for him to be in mailroom here. Got to be very, very wary on how this is. There goes the wall. Very good stuff being shown from Talent. However, a little bit early there, as it is going to be 2 segments of the wall being taken down for the count. We do see some shots, blind shots from Deku coming in, and they're going to be bailing out and may actually turn their heads towards another spot of the map. B is still very much open. We do see that there is going to be one Cypher on the rafters on tower that is going to be holding on, so that's going to be very interesting indeed, with one camera, with one spy cam that's holding up towards B. So this could be an interesting rotation for members of Armory Gaming to take advantage of, and force the rotation onto RRQ and force it to retake.
Oh no, they might be able to sneak through vent. This is going to be disastrous here. Frost Misty needs to win this duel, otherwise I think the map's going to fall apart here for RRQ.
Alright, so we're going to be seeing a little bit of a change here from members of RRQ, excuse me, members from AG. Tried to force out the rotation onto B, but we do see members of AG moving on to A. And this could be
30 seconds left.
Whoa, Mr. B being able to take down 2, and this is the advantage that RRQ, that AG needed to basically get into some really prime real estate, as we do see Spike going to be initiated on to A. Beautifully done there, and it's going to be a very interesting retake phase for the side of RRQ. 1 member down for the count, 1 member down compared to Armory Gaming.
Yes, we
two
did.
members down.
We did see the Cypher ult used, and no one actually rotated away, so they're operating with very good intel now. Can they actually execute on it, though, is the question. That's a good start, though, at 3v1 in favor of RRQ, and they're going to get the third one here to claim the 6th round. A big win here for them now, because the economy for AG not in a very good position here. That was very interesting. I thought RRQ had lost the plot there. Unfortunately, the Raze was punished for the mistake of their teammate. Raze was silent there through the vent, but then one of their teammates was allowed on the ropes behind her. That alerted, I believe it was Supreme, to then get 2 kills in that round. So it was looking a little bit scary for them there, but they were able to execute in the end, thanks to the Cypher ult. So good stuff there for RRQ.
Alright, so let's take a look at Armory Gaming right now. It seems to be quite a bit of interesting turn of events here in terms of the economy. What do you think about this?
I like this a lot, actually. So what they're saying right now is we don't care about the eco. We've got rounds to lose right now. As long as we can get this 12th round, this one single round, boys, that is going to at least put us in a good place. Nice job by NextJacks. He's looking to get super aggressive as well with the showstopper. Where are you going, Deku? Absolutely nowhere. A good start for RRQ here against the aggression of AG, as now they're going to continue with the ultimate. Now look at this. This is incredible. Now lurking out of B. I've never seen this before. Sushi Boy's trying to hold his crown, but Talent is able to get a favorable trade. AG, it's going to be a 2 versus 3 until the Sage ulti comes on through Hound. What an incredible turn. What a read from RRQ, but they have actually let the A site go through, so there's still a chance for AG to complete their original objective here and find that all-important 12th round.
Now, this is going to be very interesting for members of RRQ. They do have the numbers here, but they got to be very wary on how they want to push into A. We do see that a little cap is going to be holding on to its flashes, just waiting for it. The flash is good. We'll be able to get onto one. There goes another one, but no, it's not going to be enough. Talent right now will be able to take down 2, and there it goes. Going for this 7 win for the side of RRQ, putting members of Armory Gaming even further behind in terms of economy. This could be a difference here.
Yeah.
And RRQ could actually turn this around.
Yeah, most definitely here. As we take a look now in our buy phase, just waiting for that scoreboard to pop up. But it's definitely going to be an eco round. It has to be an eco round for AG. And actually, with that revive, that allows him to escape with 1 more additional rifle on the side of RRQ. So the revive not only good for that round, but also for the future rounds, as it does improve your eco rating, which goes further to controlling actually that economy here. We need a big win here for RRQ. They cannot lose this round, Hound. If they lose this round, they're going to be forced to buy at most SMGs and light armor next round, and it's going to be very difficult. So we'll see how they want to play it. They went aggressive versus the full buy. We'll see how they go again versus the eco.
Well, let's see how members of Armory Gaming are going to be playing this out here. They don't want to be put in a situation where it's going to be so detrimental. Already the loadout is very subpar compared to RRQ, but we do see that there is going to be a full B rush here. I'm going to be excited to see what King Leo is going to offer towards members of RRQ, towards members of AG, as RRQ right now holding on to it, some of these holding on to its sites here. Gotta be very ginger with how they do this.
If AG is going to take it, here's how it's going to have to work. They have to kill the man in back of sight. Sushi Boys is going to have to immediately challenge onto Heaven. We'll see how they can get it done here as in they go.
Alright, Nessie done there coming in. Oh my goodness gracious me. RRQ will be able to take down 3 here with 2 going over fire. Goes for the Kabumi, but it's going to be Talent that takes down Tay. Very nicely done there coming in, but it's not going to be enough, as we do see 4 members still alive inside of RRQ. We'll be able to take down quite a bit of, we'll be able to take down nothing much in terms of just secondaries. So we do see that Armory Gaming right now will be able to come back into the game with full buy after that eco round. They did throw it, not to say they did throw it around, that round was basically just, alright RQ, you just take whatever it is, we'll try to do as much damage as we can, we'll come back stronger the next round.
I agree with you. They did use that Jet ultimate though. Now I think that's the perfect usage of the ulti, but I think Sushi Boys, rather than charge for the enemy back in sight, you have to trust your team to try and dispatch of them even with the eco. You smoked them out and everything. I think he needed to really make a challenge for Heaven. He's the only one on his team that can actually contest against the rifles. Instead, they all just get mowed down. So I think maybe that's going to be one there for the replay. A little bit of feedback there for him potentially. But who knows? He is obviously the one playing and not casting, so it's going to be a lot better than I am. And of course, caster site 2020, right?
Caster site 2020, that's for sure. We'll be able to get all the information necessary to make things a little bit easier, that's for sure. However, in hindsight, we would like to think that RRQ will be kicking themselves for some of the mistakes that they've made thus far.
Yeah, as well. It goes both ways, doesn't it, says RRQ. They're going to actually use a little bit of their utility here early on. So you can see AG very, very, very cautious now. The pick's not going to go. He's going to only hear one cross. The second one will surprise him now. Nice job there using the movement to bait him out, and a very strong opening from AG.
AG right now pushing as best as they can here for the spike initiate, as we do see RRQ does have 3 members, whereas members of Armory Gaming has 5. So this is where members of Armory Gaming will be able to send it around. Very interesting indeed here coming in from RRQ. There is going to be talent pushing on from the top of... Oh wait, there goes one, but nope, it's not going to be enough. There goes another one for Sushi Boys here, as King Leo will be able to take him down. We do see Tay right now moving 2 versus 4.
Oh no, this Omen is in trouble. Gets the smoke down though, that might be enough. It's a 1v1, but it's not going to happen. AG, they get that all-important 12th round hound. Very, very strong round out from them. Baiting out the footsteps. You might be like, why in the world would he peek that? He thought that it was still going to be the lurker that ended up coming back, right? So actually a very nice little piece of fancy footwork there from AG. They make a little bit of footstep noises, just one, as they have an additional member actually peek on over in a very unexpected position, who's then able to easily get the trade there. Luckily for RRQ, their economy's in a good spot. Even with that first loss bonus, they are able to actually full buy here, but it's going to be make or break for every single round. They need 4 in a row. Definitely a possibility here on split.
A big possibility for members of RRQ if they're playing it out, but we do see that they can't make any more mistakes for the next 5 rounds if they're going to be sealing it away from AG. AG right now just needs 1 more win. If they're able to get a first pick onto members of RRQ, then it's going to be a huge problem for RRQ. They have to basically plug a sinking ship when that one member is down for the count. However, with a Sage ultimate, that can change everything. Count it.
It can. Unfortunately, we don't have that quite yet. Just the breach ulti ready to go. RQ with some good information that's now about to become obsolete, though. They can't rely on it. They heard at least 2 members mid lane shoot that wall down. So you can see actually no one really moving too quickly on the side of RQ. It's still a little bit uncertain where the majority of 3 could possibly be. Unbeknownst to them, of course, they are still going to be chilling in lower mid lane. We do have Supreme daring anyone to lurk out through B, but I think RRQ, they know now's not really the time for that high risk, high reward sort of play.
Yeah, high risk, high reward, despite the fact that it can bring a crazy amount of rewards. You never want to be playing that high risk, high reward style, mainly because that for as much as you're going to be able to win, you're going to lose just as much. So we do see that there is going to be quite a bit of aggression here, being from Tay being able to take the fire, as well as talent, as we do see more of the teleportation that coming in from... Oh no.
Oh no, he didn't see him.
He didn't see him.
Right behind him, I think.
Oh my goodness.
They're going to continue holding Dick. He was like, hey, what the heck? You're not one of my friends. He turns around and hits him with the Phantom. That was a little bit unbelievable. Maybe they thought they were on the same team. It was like the Spider-Man meme when they both pointed at each other.
Exactly the type of meme to basically and accurately explain what just happened just now. Very unfortunate for the side of RRQ. But luckily enough, that meme wasn't going to be the game-ending meme for members of RRQ, as Armory Gaming still has quite a bit of ways to make inroads here.
Man.
Still 1 more win, but that last nail in the coffin for the side of RRQ seems to be a stubborn one here, as RRQ just refuses to die.
I have to question this. They're going to go for a force buy on this, just buying anything they can. We saw some Spectres along with some rifles out against the full buy out from RRQ. I get it, because they can still lose 2 more rounds, but if they lose this round, they're going to be in a very bad position here for the 23rd, and they're going to be putting it all up to that last round to try and either force the tie or at least win. So worst case scenario here for AG is that they tie it, so they're hoping to at least get the round difference perhaps in their favor, but a very risky play here, as I think this is going to be deemed a little bit unnecessary by maybe our analysts here, and by myself, I would wager to say here at first glance. We'll see how it works out though, as they will not be able to get the opening pick. Sushi Boy is actually the first to fall. Supreme gets the lurk though, and the vision. Now they're going to notice that A site is almost completely free at the moment, and they should maybe actually lurk on over. We'll see how they want to react.
Alright, as we're going to be seeing here, all 4 members of RRQ are going to be hitting onto A, and it seems that 1 member of AG right now going to be holding towards B. A lot of green signals here being spotted out, but we do see the Rays. Tay Keeping it very, very solid, Snake. Keeping his back against the wall.
Most importantly, the spike's already in B. 20 seconds, more than enough time to plant. They're going to hear it. There's going to be a little bit of running now, so Tay might be able to lurk from behind and snag two, and one actually rotating over from the library and mailroom and rather make it. This could be detrimental as they will actually get the opening pick off there. Oh, it's going to be a close one here. Oh no, RRQ actually, they're able to pull it together. I think AG, they were kind of pushing 3 angles at the same time. Unfortunately, they decided to go in towards B heaven, maybe only expecting 1 there from the footsteps. There was actually 2. So they ended up getting, yes, the trade initially, but then immediately traded right back. And now we see a little bit of the financial pinch that AG's been put into. RRQ most definitely will be taking this round.
All right, as we're going to be seeing it, it is going to be an interesting turn of events here, as RRQ from a very big deficit now has been able to close out the margin 12-10. One more win and they will be most likely be the spoilers here, as this could be a very interesting outlook for the side of AG, considering their current loadout.
They're running down. They hear plenty of them. Oh, Sushi Boy does not actually get on up, and he's going to be punished for that. The rest of the team rotating over already. King Leo's going to get 1 before he's frenzied on down by Supreme. Frost Misty, though, he's holding here in screens. He hears the plant peeking on through, unable to get him. So it's a 3v4 with the spike down. Maybe a weapon recovered, but a bad start for AG.
Alright, so we do see RRQ right now going to get off onto them, but no, it's not going to be enough, as Talon and Frost Misty will be able to take down the last 2 surviving members of Armory Gaming as we head into round number 11. What are you looking forward to heading into this next one for round number 24?
I'm looking forward to seeing where the Sage is going to be positioned. If this Sage gets picked off first, that's not only the kill onto a Sage, it's actually worth 2 kills at this point, especially in this 24th round now, right? Because she has that ultimate, she has the Resurrect ready to go, so we'll see. I think it's very risky, but if AG can actually get an opening pickoff here onto the Sage, who will likely be playing a very risky position here in mid lane, it might be worth it while for them to try for it. As you can see her already positioned in mid events. It's going to be a close one. Full buy on full buy. Oh, Hound. We might get to see some overtime on split, and this is why I think having a defensive favored map can still be a little bit fun to watch.
It can be, and looking at the fact that members of AG right now are a little bit struggling quite a bit against members of RRQ, this could be a very interesting outlook for RRQ and may awaken them and motivate them to push even harder as we hit it, because I believe that across the games that they've played thus far, they have not won a single game yet. So this is a much needed win. NextJacks there has been picked off.
Oh no, I think they might have a team meeting about that one. I don't know who made the call to lurk out through B. They have absolutely no intel mid. Such a risky call there, Hound.
Very questionable indeed.
Especially when you're playing for the tie, it's so difficult on a map like Ascent. Make that split as Deku now is going to crack this one wide open. There's the much needed kill onto Sage, and now you can see AG moving much more confidently.
AG now moving with a sense of confidence in the steps, will definitely enjoy the 5-man advantage that they have compared to RQ's 3. So with what they have here, it's going to be very, very interesting, because we only have 25 seconds left.
It's a good read by RRQ though. They've read A and they defended.
Oh no,
1v5. It's gonna have to be the clutch moment of his life. There is starting off a good shot with 1. He's not gonna find the second, unfortunately. We hear our production team upstairs hoping for the overtime, but I guess unfortunately for RRQ, it is going to be AG taking it 13-11, as RRQ will be giving up one heck of a run for their money.